Sorry.
So the best thing is that if it's too awkward with an interview, it's not going to feel very natural. So you've got nothing to be nervous about. But if you're just you and I talking like we were talking in the car, it's probably a lot easier because it's nervous having the camera on, and you want to. We're not acting here. We're trying to just tell our story. So what we'll do is we'll just talk a few times through it, and then after we've got answers, then 2 or 3 test runs, I'll do a record.
Okay.
So if you just
we can test.
Yeah, of course, just test.
Okay,
No recording yet. So I'll ask something like, why did you move from Venezuela?
I moved because a hard situation there. I want future for my kids and future for me also.
And when you say future, was no future in Venezuela for them?
Yes, and there is no future.
And you made the decision to move how long ago?
About a year ago.
And the economic situation in Colombia was much better when you arrived?
Yes.
And with the money that you make here, how do you send that money back to your family in Venezuela?
I can make a deposit into the change. How do you say?
The checking account. Oh, the money changes.
Money changers.
Uh-huh.
In the account of money changer man at Cucuta.
Yep.
And he owns an account in Venezuela with bolivars.
Mm-hmm.
So they transfer me the money that we arranged.
Yeah. And what was your experience in cryptocurrencies when you were in Venezuela? How did you know about cryptocurrencies?
Most of Venezuelans knows about that, and they used to have these machines to mining because the cost of the electricity is too low.
Yep.
That it's a benefit to run these machines at Venezuela.
And did you know anybody in Venezuela that was running the machines?
Yes, I have family that is doing that.
You have family that are mining cryptocurrencies.
And there is people also that build the machines with the graphic cards.
Yeah. And that's in San Cristobal?
Yes.
I had no idea. This is
and
great.
I know a guy that I think he lives in Cucuta.
Yep.
Or his wife lives in Cucuta.
Yep.
And he knows a lot and build the machines. He knows and sell machines too.
Okay.
Straight from China.
So you think a lot of Venezuelans are ready to use cryptocurrency, or you think that there's a general acceptance?
Yes, and all this economical trouble is a start point to Venezuelan thing about.
Let me reword this question. Why would a Venezuelan want to use cryptocurrencies instead of their local currency?
Because the local currency doesn't worth it.
But give me a better answer. This is what the whole world wants to know. Because you're living what's happened, right?
Yeah.
But how do you explain to somebody that has no idea why you would rather use cryptocurrency over the Venezuelan bolivar?
Because the Venezuelan bolivar doesn't have any value.
And so because it doesn't.
So you want to buy things abroad, and you have a lot of blockage at the banks to get the dollars, and most of Venezuelans likes to go to Amazon and buy online. Mm-hmm. So this is a way to skip all this problematic.
Yep. Man, I wanna keep talking about this for a minute, because it's like you know all the right answers, but the problem is that you're talking to me like, because we know each other. Uh-huh. So you're talking to me, and I know crypto and Venezuela, but when we're talking, I want you to talk to me like somebody that doesn't know at all what's going on. So when you talk about the vacations and things, that's sort of like the Venezuela 3 or 4 years ago. So when I'm talking about like the cryptocurrencies, I'm talking about like today. Why would you rather use the cryptocurrency instead of the bolivar, right? And most people wouldn't want to shop on Amazon. Would that be more because of the inflation, right?
No, Venezuela from all history have 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 been influenced by the United States because because we are very close to the United States, just 2.5 hours in a flight, and the Venezuelan people like to go to the United States and shopping and rent a car. So these things that not working right now because the dollar trouble with the bolivar, the currency trouble. So the cryptocurrencies is a way to escape, and you don't want to be with the bolivars a lot of time. You have to change that in another currency.
Why do you have to change it?
Because if you get the bolivars, you lose the money in days, in a term of days.
Give me some more. Just tell me like I don't know anything.
Because the inflation is so big, it's more than 1,000% of inflation in an annual rate. So if you get some money today, the next week the things will be much more expensive. So your money runs out.
So as soon as you get money, you have to spend it.
Yes, or switch the money or change the money.
Switch to what? US dollars?
To Colombian pesos, any currency.
So as soon as you get bolívares, the first thing that you immediately do is change it to something else.
Change to another hard money, or buy food or buy things that
but
is better
you
to
never
have.
Save. But no circumstance do you save bolívares.
No, into the safe.
Yep.
No.
And then I was going to say about what brings the Venezuelan people joy.
Venezuelan people is getting joy from things like we have the electricity at this time, or we have the trash people picking the trash, and the things that usually you have to be running
normally.
Yeah.
All right, that was awesome.